Oh. Sorry.
Get it, babe. Kill that slug.
I was getting my details for the spot I have to.
Kill that slug.
I wasn't playing. I was getting the info.
Kill it. Kill it here on the podcast. Hello, Tiffany.
Hello.
Hello, Bruno, my man. Melanie. Hey, Mel.
We're a day off.
Linda.
Recording.
Linda Wynn.
So thank y'all for being here.
Oh, Tara.
Those of you who are with us.
Linda. Rosa. Kimberly.
My plan was to take a shower today after my hydrofacial. I got a hydrofacial today. But it didn't work out. My plan fell apart. So this is what you get. What a mess.
Oh, Haven. So that's why she's stinky.
I'm not stinky.
Hello,
I'm just
Sam.
a mess.
Sam, I am.
Just a hot mess.
Sam, you okay? Man, I heard about that volcano. Hopefully you're not close to that.
There's a volcano?
Yeah, the volcano blew up and blew the entire freaking island up or something.
The island of New Zealand?
No, like the island that it was on. That's what I read.
I don't know anything about that. Is that better with my hair down? I'm just a hot mess.
You are a hot mess. No truer words have ever been uttered. Uttered.
I stink.
Utter.
I always stink. But the plan was to take a shower. I've got 3 things to do tomorrow. Got a lot going on. We're very busy people. We don't have time to bathe.
You can see in our picture, you can see Tucker Carlson's reflection in the.
I love Tucker Carlson. I have a crush on him. I've told you that.
That's a hot sports.
I love him. He's so cute.
Definitely showing.
He makes me laugh.
Definitely showing your political leanings with that comment.
Makes me laugh. You ready to get going?
Thank you, Mel. Thank you. Mel realizes I'm not chopped liver. All right,
I'm not chopped liver, but I like Tucker Carlson.
Give me a little something.
Testing 1 2. I like Tucker Carlson. Testing 1 2.
Hugh Janus, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Hugh Janus, please pick up the red courtesy phone.
That could potentially be a real name. Right?
Hugh Janus?
Janus is probably a real last name.
Probably pronounced Janus. Hugh Janus.
Janus. You ready?
I guess.
We're recording a day late, but we're going to get it in.
Oh, but you know what? Good thing y'all are here because we're giving away stuff. All right, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right, here we go. Make sure everything is set right here. And
welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin', sneaking up on the holidays. And boy, are we in the Christmas spirit. Are we? I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans, and I'm co-hosting with a man otherwise known as Scrooge.
Hello, I'm Alan. Hey, Trey in the house. But I know something.
Oh, really? Really?
You don't know. Ho, 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 ho.
Okay, this is the first.
But I know something that you don't know. Ho, 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 ho.
Okay, all right. Well, this is the first glimmer of Christmas cheer, and you're all witnessing it on A Sandwich and Some Lovin'.
Oh, I'm so pumped up because you know what?
Did you order me a present? Is that what this is about?
Well, I put 2 wreaths up, and I put the tree.
I knew that.
And I put the tree topper on.
I knew that.
Now I'm all pumped up. I'm in the spirit now.
Well, what do you know that I don't know?
I know lots of things you don't know.
Did you get me something?
Maybe. Can't be divulged here on the podcast.
I'll tell you this. I was very surprised to find this out about Alan. He's not into Christmas decorating. This really surprised me because he's, like I was telling him, he's very into landscaping the yard. And every Christmas, before I came along and after I came along, you would make homemade Christmas ornaments with your kids.
So how can you say I'm not into Christmas decorating?
But then, because you admittedly told me you're not. Because you said flat out, I'm not into it.
Well, it's
you begrudgingly got the decorations out of the attic. I miss my walk-in attic like you cannot believe. The people who had this house before us converted their walk-in attic into another bedroom and bathroom. I wish they hadn't done that. I miss a walk-in attic, especially at the holidays, as Alan is throwing things down to me, and pieces of glass and remnants of Halloween and Christmas are falling into my eyeballs.
Asbestos.
And I'm trying to catch it as he's dropping it to the ground.
Drywall.
So I don't fall and die on the garage floor like people do.
Pieces of Pink Panther insulation.
So anyway, he gets down the Christmas tree and we get down the boxes of decorations, and I swear to him, honey, I'm going through all of them because we're not going to keep dragging down stuff we don't use. So the decorations and everything proceeds to sit there for how many days?
Oh, they're still there.
For several days before we even put anything
Now, hold
up.
on. I'm being fingered on the podcast as an Ebenezer Scrooge, and I don't think that that's correct.
So you begrudgingly, but thankfully, put up the tree. And I said,
yeah, I put up the tree.
Leave it and I'll decorate it. Just leave it. And I went away for the weekend thinking I was going to come home to the tree being decorated like some Christmas Hallmark miracle.
No.
So I came home and decorated the tree.
No, look, I'm not like Clark Griswold on one end of the spectrum. But on the other end, I mean, I like Christmas decorations. I just don't like putting them up.
Exactly. We came home from Thanksgiving at Disney World. We took the kids. We at night walked out our front door. It was blinding. It was like you were in Times Square. Our cul-de-sac is so lit up.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting shown up.
Our neighbors love yard decorations at Christmas. Gosh, I swear to you, it's as bright as Times Square.
You can freaking see it from the International Space Station.
What's going on at Evans Manor?
It's like we're heathens.
We turn on the front porch light and call it a day.
It's like we're non-believers. But, hey, if it weren't for the kid, I just threw the wreaths out there.
Alan finally put the wreaths on the door.
Thank you.
Did you find the hooks?
Credit where credit is due. Yeah, I put them up there.
Now we've got to get the 3 deer. The plan was, as I recall, my husband kind of got into it when the peer pressure from the cul-de-sac group. So last year we went out and bought 3 deer and paid full price. They weren't on sale yet, but we had to keep up with the Joneses and the Frosts, everybody in our neighborhood.
Whoa.
Well, that's the last name.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
We can't say a last name.
Respect some privacy.
Frost is very Christmassy.
Respect some.
They don't care.
Respect privacy.
They're fine. So we went out and bought full price, and our plan was every year we'll add to the collection. We haven't even put the dang deer out yet.
Screw that. Well,
we're 2 weeks away from Christmas.
I'll get it out there. One of the deer, and I think we went into this last year on the podcast. One of the deer, it's bigger than life size. It's like a freaking Irish elk.
It's still sitting up in.
No, it's in its box in the third car garage.
Yeah, sitting up on a shelf really high.
I mounted the other 2 deer together in the garage. So they're kind of doing a deal in the garage. And I might just carry them out and mount them that way in the front yard.
I don't know.
One on top of the other.
Oh, stop it. You're so juvenile. Like every neighborhood prankster doesn't pull that prank.
It's funny.
It's not funny.
So speaking of that, we're going to get into a lot on this podcast.
Yeah.
One of the things we're going to get into is a little more Christmas, our hot sports opinions on Christmas decor. I want to go through line item by line item, some notes I took, and get your
about my Christmas decorating?
Just about decorating in general, Christmas decorating.
All right.
This is a relatable subject.
Okay.
Husband versus wife roles, real versus fake, lots of things. So we'll get into that. We're going to get into our Christmas lists, right?
Yes.
Okay. We're getting into our Christmas lists, and we're going to give away $500 on a gift card
to
Living Spaces.
They have a big, beautiful store in Grand Prairie, Texas, but they also sell things online. So even if you don't live in the area, you can use this gift card if you play our little game and followed all the rules.
So that's why it pays to listen, because if you're just hearing this now, too late. This was a social media contest.
But you know what? We're going to have more things coming. Alan and I don't know if anybody, I hope y'all realize how much we really do love our podcast family. We really do. We love hearing from you. We love spending time with you. We want to go on vacation with you. And we like giving you stuff. So
what other podcast vacations together? Name another one.
There might
Thank
be, but
you.
I can't think
None
of one.
do.
So anyway,
We do.
We're going to look for other opportunities to gift you.
I mean, I've seen our listeners in bathing suits.
And they've seen us.
Yeah.
And they're still listening, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so.
But we got a lot to get to, as Alan said. But let me tell you what Alan, every night before we go to bed, what is Alan, your last words to me?
I hope I wake up in the morning.
No, what do you always say to me last thing before we go to bed?
I love you. Get it, babe. Kill those slugs.
That's it. He says it every night before we go to bed because that's how I unwind before I go to bed. I pull out my handy dandy cell phone and I play a quick round of Best Fiends.
Best Fiends.
Best Fiends. It's like Friends without the R.
Yes.
Best Fiends is a great way. Sometimes you've got so much stress going on in your life. Literally, I can't disconnect myself. I just need a distraction. I need something fun to do. And Best Fiends has been that for me. Flying on the plane to and from New York with my mom. I'm sitting on the runway or we're sitting at the airport because my mom, we show up 2.5 hours early for our flight, people. I have to play some Best Fiends to help me kill some time. It's really a fun game to play. And right now they've got it updated with little Christmas characters. And you can help Elf Carmen and Santa Terry deliver gifts, and Elf Carmen will join your team. They've got energizing holiday surprises, all this fun stuff. I just logged on and like all the Christmas stuff was on. So that was really fun. It's a casual game. The levels are a little challenging. You don't want to be so easy that there's no skill to it at all, but you kind of figure it out and you get past that level and you move on. Best Fiends has really been a fun distraction for me with all the stress I've got going on during the holidays. They update the puzzles monthly, new levels, new events, so it never gets old. And Best Fiends treats the game like a service for their players. If you find yourself playing in random weird places, or you want to share that with some other friends, people look over and say, "What are you doing? What are you doing, Kelly?" "I'm playing Best Fiends." "Oh, can I play?" When we were on the kids trip, how many people took my phone to play Best Fiends?
Oh, hundreds.
A lot of little kids. So it's a fun game even kids can play, but it's really meant for adults. There's nothing vulgar about it, so you can share Best Fiends.
Best
with
Fiends,
kids.
babe. Best Fiends.
Yes.
All right. Well, engage your brain with fun puzzles and collect tons of cute characters. And trust us, with over 100 million downloads, this 5-star rated mobile puzzle game is a must play. Download Best Fiends free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's Friends without the R. Best Fiends.
Get it, babe. Kill them slugs.
God. I wish there was a game
Hey,
I enjoyed as much as you enjoy
I'm on
Best
level
Fiends.
451.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I am.
I'm going to start playing Best Fiends. I'm going to kill them slugs.
If you play and get past me, I'm going to be mad.
Oh, I'll get past you.
You might.
There ain't a mobile game I can't beat you in.
Whatever. Okay, listen, we're going back to if we're going to talk about holiday decorations, did you know that a lot of people, the reason you love holiday decorations because it brings back those feelings of nostalgia from your childhood. Because a lot of times when you have the happy memories of your childhood, it's involved around Christmas and, what you did together. It's the special breakfast my mother used to always make on Christmas morning. It's, the anticipation of, we always got to open one present on Christmas Eve and then we got everything else the next day. And Santa, this is something else I realized when I married into the Evans family. At Raspberry family Christmas, Santa left all the presents open. He just left them out. But Santa, I guess, knows that Alan prefers presents to be wrapped and the kids tear open presents.
Santa wraps things too.
Not in my experience growing up. It was just all out on display.
So let me ask you a question. So does Santa also package all the toys or did he just leave toys?
It depends.
Are the toys in packages?
Sometimes, majority of the time, Santa had his elves assemble everything. So he delivered it fully assembled with batteries. So sometimes, I'm sure Santa was up really late getting some of that stuff put together. But that's the way Christmas was at my house.
Mm-hmm. Well, everybody does it different. Santa does it different for everybody. Santa does it different for everybody.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering when we got married why we had to start doing it your way.
I don't think I ever said we needed to do it a certain way.
Yeah, we have to wrap. We wrap Santa.
I don't know that I ever said that.
You, with the iron fist, you said, we are wrapping Santa. Dang it.
Listener, I'm being misrepresented. What Kelly said there was not true. That never happened.
He does prefer his Santas wrapped. But anyway.
I never put my foot in the ground and said we have to wrap because that's what Santa does.
But we did. We
actually, I don't wrap. Santa wraps.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Santa wraps.
So what were you wanting to ask me about Christmas
decorations? Well, here you go. I just made some notes about things that puzzle me about Christmas decor, and I thought I would just get your take on these things and see if we're on the same page.
I bet we're not.
I mean, we're still somewhat newlywed, so but at this point, we've combined all our Christmas decorations, and it kind of is what it is. But
it is what it is.
Let's start with this. Okay, real trees versus fake trees.
Well, fake.
Give me the fake. People that do the real trees, they are passionate about the real trees.
They are, but it's such a pain. And they're just a pain. I think we tried doing real because we were really trying to embrace the holiday spirit.
We've never tried to do
No,
real.
not we, you and me, like my family. And you have to keep them watered. They become fire hazards.
The needles are falling off.
I was always panicked they were going to catch fire.
Aren't they real pokey?
They're pokey. Sometimes they don't even smell. You get one that doesn't smell. The whole thing is you're supposed to get the tree smell. Just buy the dang spray.
And here's the deal. You're cutting down a tree. Is that cool?
Right.
Well, they come from tree farms though, right?
Well, still, I mean, isn't it more like if you're really caring about the environment, shouldn't you get a fake tree and just use it every year?
I don't know. The argument could be no, you should get a real tree because that goes back into the earth. That's biodegradable.
But if
a fake tree is plastic and metal.
But if you use it every year for like 30 years or something. Okay. I don't know.
Well, Kelly and I we have a fake tree.
We have a fake tree.
Okay.
Pre-lit, baby.
Pre-lit's the way to go. Pre-lit.
And that's the thing. If I did have a real tree after seeing the nightmare, I was talking to somebody about it. They used to do a real tree. They would just buy new lights every year, and when they threw away the tree, they threw away the lights with it because they said it wasn't worth it. The nightmare of untangling and redoing the lights.
Okay. Tall, skinny tree, like a pencil tree, versus the kind of big, fat tree?
Well, I'll tell you, I prefer the big, fat tree, but
I prefer the tall, skinny tree.
Well,
that's what I had in the compartment.
Exactly. It depends on your living space.
Living spaces.
Right. It depends on aesthetically what would work in your space.
I just like the way tall, skinny trees look.
They're very elegant.
I mean, don't you want...
And in a small apartment, it makes sense.
I mean, I thought most people preferred long and skinny versus short and fat.
No. There's something comforting about a robust little fat tree.
You gotta change your voice. All right. There's different styles of decorating said tree. Do you prefer the kind of the whimsical, like the toys and the silly ornaments and the kind of fun look, or on the other end, that really super coordinated, everything's gold or everything's red and everything matches everything and it's real upscale looking? You see what I'm saying?
Before I had a child, everything was gold, cream, and burgundy.
Gold, cream, and burgundy.
Yes, I did an elegant tree.
Elegant, that's the word.
Elegant. I did a very elegant tree, and it was beautiful. After I had a child, I wanted to do more colorful and fun. So that's when my style changed. I love both versions of trees, but right now we're sticking, because we have kids, I keep it fun. And I'll tell you what, these big trees are so hard to decorate. What I started doing, and this may or may not help you in your decorating, listener, I take little stuffed animals and I just sit them in the branches.
That's
and
a good bit.
It helps fill
it in. Yeah.
the tree, the big, because you stand back from the tree and you look at it, because you have to, because when you're right up on it and you're hanging ornaments, you don't realize how empty it is until you stand back and look. But if you take big, like I have a Grinch, a big size Grinch, I stuffed him in some of the branches and his little dog, and I have some teddy bears and stuff. If you stuff those in some of the branches, it really fills out the tree.
Yeah, it does. It's a good bit.
Yeah.
No, lime green doesn't really match anything, but hey,
No,
that's what I
it's a
mean.
fun
It's
tree. It's whimsical.
whimsical.
Yeah. And then when Alan, he has all these ornaments, like for some reason, homemade, but you also got into this motorcycle collection.
Oh, for years I was collecting the Hallmark.
Yeah,
Hallmark Harley Davidson.
Yeah, and so what I do with those,
and I have Cowboys ornaments.
Instead of spacing those kind of little collections all across the tree, because it's such a massive tree, I kind of clump them together in little groups. So when Alan and his children made Star Wars ornaments, I had them kind of all clumped together, spaced out a little bit, but so the kids can see them and they make sense. So I have little groupings around the tree.
Okay, what's your take on white versus colored
lights?
Yeah.
I prefer white lights. I don't mind the colored lights. I'm not a fan of blinking lights.
Yeah, me either.
Blinking is kind of weird because honestly, it kind of makes me nauseous after a while. If I'm sitting in a dark
everything
room,
makes you nauseous.
Yeah, I'm very weak in the nausea department. But the blinking lights, not my favorite. So as long as they're steady lights, I'll go either way. But we have white.
We have white. You know, when I was growing up, my mom did the colored lights, and I always thought they were really pretty. In fact, I remember, I wonder if you remember this, back in like the 70s, they had those big colored lights on the Christmas tree, and they got real hot.
Yeah.
And you had to put the reflector under the light.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't, it would melt the tree. Because our tree was plastic.
Yeah,
it would melt the freaking tree. They got so hot.
We had a aluminum tree.
Okay.
For a while before I was old enough to care.
Colored versus white. What about, and that goes for me outside too. I do white lights outside.
But then I see some yards where
they're colored lights.
Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. One of our neighbors did like all red, and you know, I think it was gorgeous. I don't necessarily want to do that, but I thought it was really pretty.
What about white or silver Christmas trees?
They don't bother me.
Versus like just a traditional green tree.
It depends on the vibe of the house. You know, if you have a real modern house,
that's pretty
gorgeous.
It's pretty fly to go with like a white tree or a silver tree.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Some people are doing pink. Some people are doing lime green. The color trees like blue.
It's not very traditional.
It's not traditional. It's very modern, but I think it's fun. It just depends on the room.
What about a flocked tree?
I like a flocked tree. I don't have a flocked tree, but I think it's pretty. I'm not like opposed to flocked trees.
Why do they call them flocked?
Because they're flocked with the white stuff.
Why do they just call them?
But I'm telling you what I'm starting to want. I'm starting to want tinsel because I've been watching a lot of Hallmark movies. And there was, oh my gosh, it was the one that they went to Graceland. And Priscilla Presley, oh my gosh, y'all. Oh my gosh. She's, I don't like to talk bad. She's had so much plastic surgery. She could barely move her mouth. I was like so sad for her because Priscilla Presley is a beautiful woman and she's done so much to herself. It's like, why didn't you stop? But anyway, she said that when Elvis was alive, that he would just take tinsel and just throw it at the tree. You know, those strands of tinsel that would come down. And that makes a really pretty, interesting tree. What do you think about that?
Is that the same thing as icicles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How do you feel about that?
I was going to ask you about that.
Just the silver strands.
That was big back in the 70s.
It was. But I'm kind of like
feeling
it.
As much of a glitter phobia you are, I can't believe you want that stuff around.
I know, but I'm kind of like feeling it, like tinsel. I'm kind of feeling it. We're not doing it.
You'll be cleaning that stuff up 10 years from now. You start opening packages of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move outside. No, actually, another inside thing. The tree topper, a source of controversy for a lot of people. Do you do the spire, the star, the religious figure, the Santa, or the sprigs of whimsy?
Or a bow.
Or a bow.
I love a good bow.
Really?
I do. I love what I used to do with my tree is my mother made me this gigantic tree topper bow. And I'd have some of the tendrils, I guess you'd call it, the tails of it hanging down. And then I would take ribbon and wrap it all around the tree. And I thought it was gorgeous. It made it, our tree does not look finished to me because we're not doing any kind of garland yet. I need to do some sort of garland. But the bow kind of finally lost its shape. And so I had this angel that I used as a table topper, which you put on top of the tree. I had
Ebenezer Scrooge here that I was fingered
honey.
earlier was the guy that
you finally
ran up there and put the angel on.
Thank you.
There.
I actually do
completed
that.
the tree.
Yes, you did. It's not finished. I got to do some garland, but because it still feels empty. But yeah, we've got an angel up there right now, and honestly, I don't think she makes sense because the tree's not overly.
Well,
religious.
the entire tree doesn't.
Yeah, the tree doesn't make sense.
Ours is very whimsical.
It's very hodgepodge.
I don't even think it's whimsical.
I think a
it's
star.
hodgepodge,
I think a star. I had a star out for you too, but it's so hard to get the star on there. It won't stay straight. I don't know how you do it. But yeah, the angel's fine. I think there's a better solution for us than that.
What about sprigs of whimsy?
I love sprigs of whimsy, but the sprigs of whimsy I have are covered in glitter, and I hate glitter. And I'm like, I'm not doing them this year, but I do love them.
Okay. How about outside? What's your take on the blow-up yard art?
It's fine, except I feel so sad during the day when it's all deflated and just lying there.
Right.
I think it looks awful during the day when it's all deflated. But then when it's all inflated, I think it's fun, especially when it's good ones. Like it's really good ones. Like our neighbor down the street we've seen so many of these student driver stickers in the back of cars lately. Have you seen their student driver?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like the sleigh runs into the deer, and the deer is kind of all over the ground. It was a student driver sleigh, elf, I guess. I don't know. That if they're done right, I like it.
But you can hear that fan going. That's always a little unstable. It's like blowing, See, this is kind of weird.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the blow-up yard art.
I guess I'm more into Christmas than I realized.
What about the really old school lighted wood yard art? The flat 2-dimensional like Snoopy or Santa.
That's not my favorite.
Then you throw the light up on it.
That's not my favorite.
That's old school.
That's not my favorite.
Wow. You just threw a lot of people under the bus on our.
No, I mean it's just not my favorite.
Okay. What about the animated yard art?
I think it's interesting.
That's what we have.
Our deer moves very slowly. His head goes up and down.
Right.
Very slowly. At any moment, you think it's just going to come to a grinding halt. But yeah, I like the animation. It's kind of fun. When the whole neighborhood gets into it and you do like the drive through the neighborhood and you've got stuff to look at, that's fun.
Okay. Let's just talk about Elf on a Shelf for a minute. There's a lot of controversy I've noticed.
Well, I remember
more and more over the years about this Elf on the Shelf.
Well, I remember when
it's supposed to just be fun.
It is supposed to be fun. And when it first came out.
But now people think you're psychologically damaging your children by using this thing.
Well, no, I don't think so. Well,
because he moves and he's watching you all the time.
But that's the thing. If the elf remembers to move, that's the problem. I remember when the Elf on the Shelf first came out.
Freaking refrigerator this morning. I'm sorry, man.
I've been trying to talk 3 sentences.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. No,
when Elf on the Shelf.
Pot, meat kettle. Okay, go ahead.
When Elf on the Shelf first came out, I remember I thought this was the most unique, wonderful idea. It hadn't been around that long. There was a mother that wrote this book, and the book honestly wasn't that great. The book was just it was all about the elf and the story, the book. You remember the book that came with it?
Yeah.
But it's kind of self-explanatory. Once you get it, you got it. So I gave one to all my girlfriends. It was my fault. But then it became like this big thing. But now people do these Elf on the Shelf competitions where they're trying to go viral with their elves.
Right.
I ain't about that. My whole purpose in life is just remembering to move the damn thing.
Babe.
I can't remember.
Babe, you didn't even get the elf out.
I was hoping nobody.
I'm the one that got the elf out.
That's your fault. I was hoping everybody forgot.
No, we gotta do Elf on a Shelf. The boys love it, and Emma Kelly likes hiding it.
Yeah,
or actually, I retract what I just said. I don't know what that means.
Well, I'm just saying
the elf moves at night, and the boys love it.
Right?
Yeah,
you're not allowed to touch it,
and you can't touch it because he has magical powers.
That's the worst. Is trying to learn how to hide this thing, and you just run out of places.
The elf is the one. He does it.
I know. when the elf remembers to move.
That son of a bitch was in our refrigerator this morning.
Yes, he was. And was he just chilling? Did the kids like it?
He was just chilling.
Did the kids like it?
I was a little late on that one, but yeah. Well, no, because they came out and they're looking around. Where's the elf? Where's the elf?
Well, that's the part of the fun. It's supposed to be hard to find.
Well, but they never go in the refrigerator.
Well, they have to get their lunch boxes.
Holmes gets their lunch boxes. So I'm like, hey guys, oh, there he is. Come over and see. They're like, I don't want to go over there. I'm like, no, he's in here. What's he doing in there? Well, I don't know. He's in the refrigerator. It just didn't make any sense.
Oh my gosh. You're kidding me right now.
No, that's exactly what happened.
Oh my gosh.
They were scared to come over because
they were scared of the refrigerator.
Yes, because he was hiding in the refrigerator.
Y'all are ridiculous.
And then I think Dylan said, didn't he get cold in there? And then I'm like, well.
Yes, but he lives at the North Pole,
and
so he's used to being cold.
And it's dark in there too.
Not when the light comes on. Y'all are ridiculous.
So y'all
We're trying to help y'all out.
All right, babe. Well, that's Christmas decorating talk.
That's Christmas decorating talk. Well, we've got a little bit more Christmas decorating to do. We do only have a couple of weeks left until Christmas. I think part of it is it's kind of hard to get into the spirit because it's a frantic time of year. And a lot of people, like Alan was saying today, I don't think I'm busting you. He's like, I'm just ready for it to be January so we can get past this because honestly, Christmas is a bit stressful. You've got a huge list of people you have to buy for, which, it's an excessive holiday. We could all scale back. We preaching to the choir here. We could all scale back a little bit. But, I always want to remember everybody. I always want to get what they want. And it's difficult getting it all done. That's really all I had to say about that.
Is that all you have to say? Okay.
Yeah. And I just feel like it's hard. Well, and plus we don't have the kids. Being from a divorced family, this is not our year to have kids the Santa Claus isn't coming to our house this year. So there's that, it just kind of makes it a little bit more difficult to kind of figure everything out.
Can I clarify my position on Christmas?
Please.
Because I feel like I'm being, and once again, fingered as a Scrooge. And I'm not. I love the holiday season because to me it's all about seeing your family more and it's fun and it's, there's lots to celebrate, obviously, but it just seems like the older you get, the more stressful it gets.
Yeah, because it's all on the adults to pull it off.
I just remember when I was a kid, Christmas was the most fabulous thing in the world.
Because all you had to do is
waited all year for that one day. Yeah. It was just the most magical, freaking fun thing ever.
Right.
And then somewhere along the way, it just became a lot more stressful.
It's a lot of work.
I guess, but I love it. It's different.
I love getting together with the family when that last present is bought and wrapped. And then we're like Alan's sister, she does tamales every Christmas Eve. I love that. That's a nice tradition. It's just a matter of getting it all done. And time is ticking. And we're all going into debt. I was reading online, they did Credit Karma. Whenever Dylan's the one that's all into the Credit Karma commercials, remember?
Yeah.
He is fascinated by Credit Karma commercials. He's like, what was he used to say? We need to get Credit Karma or something. He was really into it.
You talking about it.
No, it was on the TV.
Or on TV, yeah.
But they said, between presents for all your friends, family, gifts for those who host you, eating and drinking, they said 62% of people will rack up more. This can't be right. More than $500 in debt over the holiday season. 62%, more than $500. I'm thinking, that's all? Considering everything you have to do.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot.
It doesn't seem like much, and they said, what's worse than that, 28% of people who went into debt last year over the holidays are still paying off last year's debt going into this year.
Yikes.
That's the people that really went overboard.
That's not good.
No. Try to stay it's hard because you want to give everybody what they want. And sometimes their wants are very expensive. But I'll tell you what the women in your life really want. And you might be listening. You say, I want that too, Kelly. The Fab Fit Fun winter box. It's on sale right now.
Oh, yes.
I love this box so much. The thirsty hand masks that I got, right? They have been a godsend because my hands have been as dry as sandpaper. These things have been such a nice, nourishing little treat for myself. The Viramona color switch. This is a really cool thing. When I told my girlfriend about it, she's like, oh my God, I want one of those so bad. It's an instant brush cleanser. So if you're doing makeup and you're trying to do 3 different eyeshadows, instead of having to wash the brush out or use 3 different brushes, you just swirl it on this little color switch and it instantly cleans the brush with no water and chemicals. It's really cool. That's what's great about FabFitFun, because you get to have full-size, premium beauty, lifestyle fitness, home and wellness products that you may have been curious about trying, or you maybe never knew you needed them, but now you know and you love them. Some of the items in the FabFitFun box are customizable because, like I got to choose the Lashes MD eyelash conditioner because I'm trying to grow my eyelashes back out. Well, FabFitFun just shows up on your doorstep 4 times a year. You get a new box for each season. And with your FabFitFun membership, you get a lot more, like FabFitFun TV. That has exclusive content from FabFitFun women like Serena Williams and Jillian Michaels. But this winter box, let me tell you, this is the perfect one to treat yourself and those on your gift giving list, because the box has everything you need for your best winter yet. But these boxes do sell out fast, so sign up for yours today.
And FabFitFun is a seasonal subscription box with full-size beauty, fitness, fashion, and lifestyle products. And it retails for $49.99, but always has a value of over $200.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is. So use coupon code Kelly. All right, KELLIE for $10 off your first box at fabfitfun.com. That's fabfitfun.com.
Kelly.
Love FabFitFun.
That's your code.
Yeah, we do.
Well, I had a whirlwind weekend. I think we teased it before on the last podcast, where I went to New York City.
Yeah.
With my mom. And just real briefly, because honestly, there's not a ton to tell about our experience. JCPenney hooked me up. They were so generous to me. They let me take my mom. Alan, we had so many family obligations. Alan stayed behind. But, my dream is to be in a Hallmark Christmas movie. And JCPenney knew that. And they were sponsoring the Christmas at Dollywood red carpet premiere in New York City and said, do you want to go? I was like, heck yeah, I want to go. So we went. Flew in Thursday. We kind of had a minute to get to the hotel, change clothes, run to the movie theater where the premiere was. And it was really cool. My mother was like really, really, it was like just a fun thing to experience. They had a lot of JCPenney's like members, like there's an Encircle, like, it's not called Encircle.
Member?
They had like shopping circle members, like you're in the JCPenney Shoppers Club or something.
Oh,
so they were there.
that kind of member.
And they had a red carpet. Now, Danica McKellar was the star of this movie, and Fred Savage was supposed to be there, her co-star from Wonder Years, but he didn't show up. But the guy who played Paul did, who's not acting anymore. He's actually an attorney. So he walked the red carpet. Her son and mother, who had bit parts in the movie, they were extras. They walked the red carpet. And the other guy who was starring in the movie. But it was really a whirlwind. Things were running a little late. I did get to interview Danica McKellar. And as usual, I talk too much because when I get around celebrities, I can't shut up. But I think...
Is it just when you're around celebrities?
Well, do you want to tell about my
No,
trip?
I'm
You
just.
want to tell about my trip to New York?
I was just asking a clarifying question. Please
Well,
continue.
you can tell about my trip to New York if you want to tell about my trip.
You're doing a great job. Keep going.
But I'll be honest, Robert did edit a lot of my.
Stop talking.
He edited
Well, he probably
the
had
interview.
to.
He had to because the interesting parts. But I did let her talk a little bit more than it sounded like.
About that.
But it was good. The movie, we saw it on the big screen. Dolly Parton, again, another. Come on, you and Priscilla Presley, stop it. You're beautiful women. You don't need to do so much stuff. Whatever makes people happy. I don't want to judge and criticize, but there comes a point where you just have to see, like, you know what? I'm good. I get the Botox. I get the little filler. It's good. You just got to stop at some point. So anyway, Dolly does not sing in the movie. Her music is playing in the background, but she doesn't sing. She does pop up some. Danica McKellar's there. It's a sweet little story. It's the same, Hallmark formula where you have two people who are very good looking who fall in love. There's a little drama, conflict, and there's a happy ending. That's the way Hallmark movies always work.
Sounds like a lot of movies I've watched.
But it was interesting watching it because you don't have the commercial interruptions. So you're watching it straight through like a regular movie. And I don't think I liked it like that. I like the commercial interruptions. Does that make me weird?
No.
Because it gives me a minute to be like, oh, I got to go throw another load in the laundry. Oh, I need to go to the bathroom. I've got a time to do that. Oh, I need to, I like those commercial interruptions when I watch my Hallmark Christmas movies, I realized.
Old school, man.
So anyway, it was cute. It premiered Sunday night on the Hallmark Channel.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know what you thought about it. I thought it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay.
It was just okay.
It was,
So
it was okay.
Was Dolly in it or not?
She was in it.
She was in it.
She just wasn't singing in it.
What did she? She acted in it?
She acted in it.
Are you married now?
You went British on me.
Good eye, mate.
She acted in it. Yeah, she did. It's Christmas at Dollywood. They were having a big holiday celebration, and Danica McKellar's character is an event party planner, and she was planning the big Dollywood celebration. And the guy that's her love interest is trying to be the new general manager for the Dollywood. That's his dream.
Mm-hmm.
He grew up, his first job as a kid was working at Dollywood, and that's all he's ever wanted to do. And that's the two main characters.
Well, I'm glad you got to go. I'm glad you got to go with your mom.
Yeah,
we had a good time.
We only had one real day to spend in New York City. And whenever when you go at Christmas, what do you need to do? You need to go to Rockefeller Plaza and see the tree, along with the million other tourists who decided to do the same thing. We could not get close to it. We got as close as we could. I mean, it was that bad.
Yeah. You
go see the Saks Fifth Avenue windows because they decorate them for Christmas. This was a very big letdown window, Saks Fifth Avenue. It was bad. They had their mannequins in caves.
Caves?
That's it. They had them like caves. Like if you were a miner, like in the coal mines.
Like a spelunker?
Yes. If you were a coal miner and you were down in the caves, they just literally had the mannequins standing in caves. It was such a disappointment.
Were they caved like diving?
No, they were just standing there or lying down in the caves. Last year we went, when you and I went, Alan, was that the year they had all the Disney princesses? Like all the big fashion designers. Mm-hmm. They went out of their way to do their interpretation of Snow White and their interpretation of Sleeping Beauty through fashion. And it was stunning.
Yeah, really cool.
This year, the mannequins are in caves. It is so disappointing. If anybody saw it, let me know if you agree with me or not. Maybe I missed the point. We also went to St. Patrick's Cathedral, which was gorgeous. Every time I've gone in St. Patrick's Cathedral, I stand in the back, kind of look at it, and we leave because we've got to keep going. But this time, my mother and I went through the entire thing. I lit a candle and prayed at they have separate altars to all the saints, but I found the one that was to Jesus. And I went and I lit a candle and said a prayer at the altar for Jesus.
Good for you, man.
It was really it was a lovely, lovely experience.
Yeah.
And then we went to Little Italy and had dinner.
Yeah.
We always go to Pisano's on Mulberry Street.
Oh, you went to the deli.
Yeah. We went to 2nd Avenue Deli.
Which is on 3rd.
Which is on 3rd and 33rd. I believe it's 33rd and 3rd. I think it's 33rd. Anyway, went to 2nd Avenue Deli. The manager, always there. He looks like a little Woody Allen, but he's aging in reverse. Because I seem to remember the first time Alan and I went, he seemed like a lot older.
He looked a lot older.
I think he's had some work done.
Well, and now
he looks great.
Well, now he's throwing down the goatee.
He looks younger than he did.
Did he still talk like Woody Allen?
Yeah, he still does the whole spiel.
Did he tell you how good looking you were?
He took my mother's hand and acted like he's going to kiss her hand. He kisses his hand. He does that every time. He says he's got the same shtick he does.
Good bit.
But it's so charming and wonderful. And he's always there, but I swear he's aging in reverse. I tried to take a picture with him for Alan, and he whipped off his glasses. He didn't want to be photographed with his glasses.
Yeah, that salami sandwich. That's what I
got pastrami.
I get that hard salami sandwich. Well, the time I went with you, I got pastrami, but every other time I'd ever been there, I got salami.
I got the matzo ball soup and the pastrami.
A little Jewish penicillin.
I got the half. Yeah, they call it Jewish penicillin on the menu, and I got the half pastrami, and it was fabulous. And they give you a little chocolate cream soda at the end of your meal. So we did that, and then we went to Pisano's on Mulberry Street. Those are the 2 restaurants I always have to go to when I go to New York City.
It's good, babe.
And that was basically my trip in a nutshell.
Okay.
And what did you do while I was gone?
Well, I watched. I was with the kids, so we did a lot of stuff, mostly running around to sports. But me and the boys have been watching The Mandalorian.
Yeah, Disney Plus. We got Disney Plus,
we finally
people.
have Disney Plus, and I tell you what, I am all on board with the Disney Plus, The Mandalorian series. It is freaking awesome.
So it's worth the, what, $7 a month just for that?
I think so.
Because you were kind of a little bit on the fence, weren't you, about getting Disney Plus at first? Because you're thinking, well, we don't watch a lot of Disney cartoons and things like that.
Honestly, the only reason, well, I knew Emma Kelly wanted it.
She was begging.
She was dying to get it. But then I thought, well, okay, we'll get it. But really the only thing I'm really even halfway interested in is The Mandalorian. And I was kind of like, I mean, how good is it going to be? I have really enjoyed it. There's been 5 episodes out. I've watched all 5. But me and the boys we binge watched the first 4. And then the 5th one just came out.
So now you got to wait every week.
Right, you got to wait every week. But we watched that one. I just like, it's just, I don't know. I'm a Star Wars fan, so I just like how like authentic it is, and it's kind of true to some of the older movies. It's just really well done, you know. It doesn't seem corny. It's really good.
Well, it's too bad it didn't come out a little bit earlier, because Baby Yoda, even though it's not Yoda, but they're calling him Baby Yoda, that would have been the #1 selling thing everywhere. And honey, I even went and tried to find Baby Yoda because I thought that'd be a really great gift for you or the kids.
People are going nuts over Baby Yoda.
You can pre-order them, but they're not going to be out until like February.
But The Mandalorian is a Billy Bad A.
Yeah.
Oh,
you love it?
Oh, yeah.
I watched a little bit of that first episode with you. I guess I need to go binge watch and catch up so I can watch with the family.
Yeah. But I've read about how they're trying to do the stories and how they're filming it and everything. And they said there's a lot of, like George Lucas, he always wanted the movies to have kind of a Western feel with kind of some ninja involved too.
Okay.
And that's what it feels like. It feels like a Western, but it's like this sci-fi Western.
Right.
It's kind of hard to explain.
I get what you're saying.
But it's just the music and just how, like, I don't know, how Billy Bade, the Mandalorian is. I'm geeking out on it. I really like it.
Well, they've got a lot of the superhero characters that are going to get their own shows too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's coming to Disney Plus. It's like really great, and everything in the Disney library. So we recommend it. We're not getting paid by them, but if you're on the fence about it, Alan's a huge fan.
Huge.
Okay,
so this leads into my Christmas list, and then we'll give away $500. How's that?
Okay. Are we gonna save talking about the office Christmas party to another time?
Oh no, we can do that.
There's probably too much to tell.
No,
we got too much to tell in this podcast.
There's not. We can hit the high points.
All right. Or the low points.
Okay, well, here's my Christmas list.
Okay.
Are you gonna give me your Christmas list?
Yeah, my list is very short.
Well, so is mine. Okay, here's all I want. And I have sent this out to the Evans family.
That's the thing. You send out the same list to everybody, so it's like,
which includes you. Okay, I want a Mandalorian t-shirt. How's that for a nerd? I want a Star Wars encyclopedia. It talks about all the characters. Nerd. I want you to pick me out a new cologne, a new cologne.
Me, personally?
Yeah. Well, you or somebody.
Or your sister?
Well, probably you. A new scent.
Right.
A new scent.
Have you sent me this list?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I did. And then finally, I would like either a Ross or a Nordstrom or Nordy Rack gift card.
I'm not giving you a gift card.
That is my Christmas list.
I'm not giving you a gift card.
I think that is all very realistic.
That's what your sister or your mom can give you as a gift card.
That's what I got,
man.
Stuff. Hey, you guys wanted it, and there you go. See, this is the transition period, because at some point, I'm going to go from just having this real limited list to doing what my dad does, the total mail-in. I want black socks, I want crossword puzzles, and I want pencils, and I want one of those little pads that I can stick in my front pocket.
Let me tell you, that is the truth. There comes a time in every man's life when all they ask for
is black socks. You just mail it in.
No, they all ask for black socks. My dad, he only wants to have over-the-calf black socks, and he doesn't want mix and match patterns. He wants them all the same. That way, all of his socks always match.
That's how I am with my gym socks. They're all the same.
I'm like,
yeah.
Daddy, come on, give us something. But he really doesn't have that many hobbies or anything. So it's hard to buy for people when they don't have a lot of hobbies,
Yeah.
So all I've asked for were lamps for the bedroom.
Very practical.
We need lamps. And I have like a whole list of household things I'd like to get done, but I know Alan won't do them for the household.
Like what?
I've been asking you since we moved into the house a year and a half ago to grout the tiles in the front entryway.
I've tried. That doesn't. I can't do it. I've tried.
You did?
Yep.
You didn't tell me?
Can't do it.
We need to replace it then because it looks
Well,
awful.
you need to have a contractor come in and do it. That's
Okay,
a little above my
I
pay
want a
grade.
contractor
That's
for Christmas.
A little above my pay grade.
I want a contractor for Christmas.
Well, we had one, but he won't call me back.
Man, we had the greatest contractor.
No,
And we
move
can't
on,
get
move
we
on,
can't get
move
a cost
on,
back
move on,
now.
Move on.
So I want a contractor for Christmas because I also want to have the shower towel regrouted.
Okay. These aren't Christmas gifts.
But they're things that would make me happy if they got done.
Okay.
And I want some diamond studding rings.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's what I want.
How much carat weight are we talking?
I don't know. We have to go look.
Whoa. Do they need to be commensurate with your ring?
I don't know.
Whoa,
Whatever you want me to have. However much you love me. Is how big those studs will be, I guess.
Merry Christmas.
No, that's really, I mean, I don't really.
It's kind of an Ed McMahon Santa.
Yeah. Now our kids, my daughter especially, has been asking for the world. All the kids ask for iPhones, and if they already have an iPhone, they want an iPhone cover. Nike Air Force Ones are very big players with the kids right now. Teenage girls are all into Champion oversized hoodies. They are into leggings. They are into, what else are they into? They ask for, honey.
Oh, what's old is new again. Chokers.
Yeah. That's what the girls are asking for. The boys, it is like pulling teeth.
They don't care.
To get them to tell. You'd think
they care.
They would ask for everything they see in a commercial. It's like pulling teeth. Dylan, what do you want? I like candy.
Yeah.
All right.
He wants candy.
I said, but what else besides candy? I like Gushers. I'm like, no, Dylan, something besides candy. But I like candy and Gushers.
Right. That's what he wants.
All right, Dylan. Well, what about, you have to like force feed him. Would you like? So what happened is we had to go to a Christmas party with some other kids, and the kids draw names because there's just too many kids. And Dylan drew this other little boy named Henry, and I called Henry's mom. It's like, what does Henry like? She says, anything Transformers. Dylan has not mentioned Transformers to me in a year, and he sees me wrapping this present for Henry, and suddenly he's like, I like Transformers.
He used to have 58 Transformers.
He hasn't mentioned
it. We gave them all away.
Because he stopped.
Right.
And now he's like, I want Transformers.
Oh my gosh.
He's gonna get a Transformer.
Well, I guess
and
that's
Cole
fine,
is
but
like,
we used to have a bunch of
and
Transformers.
Cole, same thing. Cole doesn't ask for anything. We like, you remember those little miniature football helmets you used to collect? You want some more of those? Well, yeah, I guess so.
Okay, poor Cole.
He just doesn't want anything.
He does. He wanted a lightsaber from Disney World, and we couldn't. He picked out the one he wanted, but we couldn't pack it and get it back.
They wouldn't let us bring it on the plane.
They wouldn't let us bring it on the plane. So
the poor little kid was so brokenhearted. So I ordered it off of Disney.com. It has taken over a week and it's still not gotten here. This is the slowest service I've ever seen in my life.
He is the most patient and polite 11-year-old. He's like, hey, Daddy, do you know where my lightsaber is? And I'm like, buddy, I'm so sorry. I'll ask Kelly. I think she ordered it.
Well, I did the tracking on it.
And then Kelly is trying to track it. He asked 3 or 4 times this weekend.
Very politely, not begging.
Hey, Daddy,
like, have you heard anything?
Have you heard anything about that lightsaber? Oh, buddy.
Thank you, Disney.
It'll be here soon, hopefully.
Over a week.
But those boys, like, they have a lot of toys and things to do and Legos and stuff. Did you see the video I posted on my stories last night? They're out here beating on each other with those cardboard tubes that you gave them after you wrapped.
I was wrapping presents, and I got down to almost the end of the wrapping paper, and Dylan's just salivating. Are you ready? Are you done yet? Can I have it? I said, what are you gonna do with it? I'm gonna make a lightsaber out of it. So
hit his brother with it.
So I get these mega rolls of paper too, because I like them. I can use a roll of paper for 5 years. I get the big giant ones. So I finally got to the end, and here comes Cole. Can I have one too? So I had to go unroll a whole thing of gift, because I didn't want Cole not to have one. He's so sweet. So I unrolled the whole thing, and they were out there. hitting each other with cardboard tubes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what do you need a lightsaber for? You got it.
And then Dylan cheap shots Cole with it. He hit him on the head, and then Cole put his hands up, and then he hits him in the stomach with it, and then Cole.
Wow, that's a fighter.
I know. And then Cole bends over and falls to the ground,
Good
and then
fighting move right
Dylan
there.
jabs him in the
junk,
in the kahunas with it.
That's
I'm like,
off
Dylan, that's a
limits.
cheap shot.
That's
You
off
can't do
limits.
that.
Can't do
That
that.
is against bro code, man.
Well,
all right, babe.
You know what? We can talk about Office Christmas Party really quickly, or we can save it for another time. I'll let my husband be the judge of that.
Well, we can talk about it. That's fine.
There's not, honestly, I had to have a few blanks filled in for me. We go to this club and we get an Uber because, hey, we're probably going to be drinking and we don't want to risk driving. Now, we weren't planning on being ridiculous. Were we ridiculous? We weren't ridiculous, were we?
No.
We've been ridiculous. This was not ridiculous.
I know ridiculous. So that was not ridiculous.
We go to this club that our lovely boss man George has rented out. It's very nice. And they have past heavy hors d'oeuvres that were delicious. There just weren't a lot of them going around quickly enough to satisfy radio people who are given full access to an open bar. No alcohol is off limits. So we were ordering. I'm ordering Grey Goose sodas, which are, good for me. Alan's drinking his old fashions.
Old fashioned.
And what happens is when you're not eating a lot of food and suddenly you've had maybe 3 or 4 vodka sodas, it hits you really quick. And so we ended up, I believe, having a great time at the office Christmas party. I remember we suddenly realized we were starving, and then walking over to a Mexican food restaurant where they set up a table for about 20 of us. And you'll have to fill in some blanks for me after that. I know you ordered a round of margaritas for everybody.
Ordered a round of Mambo Texas.
Yeah.
And we had some people flame out at dinner.
Yeah, they were like, gotta go.
They're like, gotta go.
Gotta go.
There was a little bit of and they're like, gotta go.
Oh, no.
We had several people flame out. Anna flamed out. Lindsay flamed out. Justin flamed out, but he didn't leave. You flamed out, but you didn't leave. I mean, I think JC and I were the only voices of reason there. And what does that say?
Yeah, it was, you know what? And I consider that a successful office Christmas party, right?
It was fun.
No harm, no foul. Once again, I didn't win anything. I never win anything at the office Christmas party. What we do is we have a white elephant Christmas gift exchange. It's a $20 limit.
Why does that have to be a white elephant?
Because that's just what it's called. So you go in and you draw a number, and then she puts numbers on all the bags. So whatever number you get, you go pick a bag, and the number that's on that bag is yours when they draw the big prizes at the end of the night. Does it sound confusing? Yes, but you have to be there and you get it.
I'm still confused on how it works.
So you get there, she puts random numbers on all the gifts. Then you draw a number, like I draw number 17. I'm going to be the 17th person to pick. But whatever, like if I pick a bag that's got number 12 on it, whenever he draws for the big prizes, just random numbers, he'll call and that person wins the prizes. Does that make sense?
Confusing.
It makes sense if you're there. So anyway, once again, I didn't win anything. I was very happy that Anna won the big screen TV. Apparently there was a deep air fryer. There was apparently the only thing I remember is the big screen TV.
There was a Bluetooth trash can.
Okay. And there was a Roomba, I heard.
There was a Roomba.
And there was a laptop.
A MacBook.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Freaking MacBook. There was an Apple, what do you call it? Apple Watch? iWatch? Apple Watch.
I don't
Apple
remember.
Watch. There were a lot of cool things.
There were cool things. The only thing I remember is the TV.
We won a bottle of booze.
Well, that was in the white elephant.
Well, we won a bottle of booze and Twister. And then we got screwed because Alicia, she took it or something.
Oh, she did? I thought we ended up with a bottle of tequila.
No, we had a bottle of vodka and Twister.
Oh, we did?
Which I thought was a great gift. And then Alicia, her lecherous self, she came over and said, my husband and I would really like that Twister game. And I'm like, whoa.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, okay, here, take it. And then I just gave her shit the rest of the night. I just wore her out. I'm like, wow, it must be nice to have that Twister game. Sure wish I had one. She's like, well, just take it back. I'm like, no, you can have it. No, you wanted it, so
I don't remember any
you
of
can have
that.
it. That's fine.
Man.
Yeah.
So that was our, and surprisingly, I wasn't really hungover the next day. I had a little headache. I had a half a glass of wine, hair of the dog, and I felt a lot better. You were suffering though. You kind of got up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Woke up at 4 o'clock. I had a headache and kill a billy goat. So I took 4 Tylenol, and boy, that knocked it out.
That's good.
No headache after that.
That's good.
But then we thought that IHOP was a good Red Mountain move after that.
Well, we went way off the Red Mountain path, but we're back on it today. I was back on it today. I was doing good today. I'm very proud of me.
Yeah, this is a great time of year to try to do that.
Hey, you know what? You can be healthy any time of year, even during the holidays.
We need to finish this up.
Are we going to draw the winner now?
Living Spaces.
So we asked you to, we were very graciously given a $500 gift card to give away to one of our podcast family members. We had you go to our Instagram, follow it, tag friends. We said we're going to pick at random. Alan he randomly picked several names, and now I'm randomly going to draw one literally out of the hat.
I picked people that follow the rules. They tagged 3. They told why they like the podcast. And they follow Sandwiches and Lovin, and they listen to Sandwiches and Lovin.
Guess who just won $500 to Living Spaces? It would be that fabulous rule follower, podcast family member, Nicole K. Smith.
At Nicole.K.Smith, you are the lucky winner of a $500 gift card to Living Spaces. So come on down and get your $500 gift card. How are we going to get this to Nicole?
We can mail it to her. We just got to get her mailing address.
Okay. Nicole, we will contact you on
DM.
The socials, and we'll slip into the DMs, get your address, and I'll send you a letter.
He might just show up on your doorstep, Nicole.
Whoa.
Be very afraid. Not really. I'm joking.
Hey.
I was joking.
All right, look, man. That's exciting.
It is exciting. We got a lot of exciting things coming, hopefully, for all of you listening to the podcast. People are already asking, are we going to be doing another podcast family vacation? Because come January, we're going to be making some announcements about that. We're trying to get a few details finalized. There's no point in telling you what's going on that might be happening. We want to wait till we're sure about what's happening, right?
Yeah, we want to do it. We have a week to do it, I think, but we have to coordinate this.
We got to get it all coordinated, but we're going to give you details on that. In the meantime, Alan and I, we have been, in addition to everything else going on that we do love, we decided about 2 months ago to start a company called Emma Kelly and Me. And it's an online clothing boutique. Mm-hmm. Alan and I launched together, and it's been fun, and it's been exciting and scary and all those things all at the same time. And we're still learning and figuring it out. But the whole goal of Emma Kelly and Me, EK and Me, is to provide you with clothes that you feel great about wearing, clothes that give you confidence. Our motto is confidence is beautiful. And it's true. If you're confident, it's just something about you that's attractive, and wearing clothes that give you that extra boost of confidence is a beautiful thing. And we also wanted to offer clothes that are appropriate for our preteen and teenage girls, because like my daughter, she's tall for her age and she's wearing a women's small, but I don't want her out in something that's showing cleavage or something that has her rear end hanging out. I want her to wear something that she feels good in, but is also mom approved. So that's the whole basis behind Emma Kelly and Me. And I also want to choose pieces that I hope you love that aren't disposable. I know disposable fashion is a very big thing. We want quality at the best price we can get it for you. And we also have those clutches that's really been like the cornerstone of what we've done with Emma Kelly and Me. The leopard print, the really fun camo print, the delicious golden cream clutch I love so much. It also comes in crossbodies, the Emma Kelly mini pouch. And we want you to check it out if you haven't at ekandme.com. Mm-hmm. But we also, because you are our podcast family, we wanted to give you a little gift too.
And this isn't a discount you can get anywhere. You only get this if you listen to the podcast.
Right.
So if you go to ekandme.com, you see some goodies that you like. When you check out, use code Sandwich. Wow.
I'm surprised you didn't make it Alan.
Yeah, use code Sandwich at ekandme.com. Get 10% off. If you want to order a gift for the holidays, get that order in by December 19th. If you get it in by the 19th, we're pretty sure we can get it to you by the 25th.
If you get it into us by the 19th, we will have it in the mail
on the 20th.
On the 20th. Now, it is up to the post office at that point if they're going to be able, but that is if you get it into us by the 19th, I vow to you it will be in the mail on December 20th.
Those are big words.
That's our vow.
Whoa.
So anyway, but we do want to it's a little gift we can give you, 10% off. Just use the code SANDWICH whenever you shop, whenever. It's not a one-time code. So if you want to buy something now for the holidays, get everybody on your Christmas gift list. I'm telling you, those clutches are great gifts. Crossbodies are too. Little Emma Kelly and me clutch, great gifts. You don't have to worry if it fits or not, right?
That's right.
And if you want to come back after you get some Christmas money in January, use that code SANDWICH.
There you go.
It's going to get you 10% off. So thank you for being part of our Sandwiches and Lovin family and for supporting Emma Kelly and me.
And all proceeds go to the kids' college funds. All right, babe. Well, this has been fun. You got anything else?
No.
all
I've
you
got to
got,
go.
huh?
I've got to go wrap some more Christmas presents before Emma Kelly gets home from volleyball practice, which is at 8:00 at night on a Monday. Thank you. What in the world's happening?
I don't know. Monday Night Football's happening.
Oh, you're missing it.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Well, thanks for recording this podcast with me.
Hey,
honey.
I don't jip the listener. I don't jip the listener. I would never jip the listener. At least not consciously. All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately. I love our listeners desperately. I love Christmas decorating desperately.
Liar.
I love Christmas desperately. But I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.
I was getting so hot. Ugh.
All right, Nicole K. Smith. Nicole K. Smith got her done.
All right, you all, Ewans. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate it. What's the name of the podcast?
A sandwich and some Christmas decor. A Christmas and a lack of Christmas decorum. A sandwich and a sandwich and Christmas decorum. a sandwich and little decorum. A sandwich and lacking decorum. A sandwich and blow up yard art. A sandwich and skinny versus fat. This is why I don't do this. I'm not good at this part.
A sandwich and some Christmas decorum.
A sandwich and Christmas lists.
A sandwich and some.
Channel's the
What
game.
does decorum mean?
Decorum. You have a lack of decorum. You have a lack of.
What's the
You have a lack of
behavior in keeping with good taste and propriety?
People would argue that I have a lack of decorum in certain situations. Right? You know what I say to that? Got the G-Men and the Eagles here, babe. We need the G-Men to come up with a win. Thank you, Mel. We appreciate you. Hope you're having a good holiday season. Love you guys. We got to get this uploaded so we can get it to Roberto. And I got to delete some files off of that little disk.
Yeah.
It's getting full.
Yeah.
And if that farted out while we were recording,
That'd be bad.
Suck. Yeah, so I'll do that now. Christmas decorum. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon. like real soon. We'll do another podcast here in day after tomorrow. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back because Wednesday. See you in 2 days.
Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate that. Very sweet. All right. Bye, guys.
Okay, what was it you were asking?